Hi, I'm Marty, and this is Cooking at the Kraus house. Today, we have a special guest. This is Kirby, and she's one of my very favorite daughters.
There you have it.
And Kirby is a great cook. She has lots of great talents and beautiful children, I might add. And I said, Kirby, what would you like to cook? And she said, Rice Krispie treats. You might be thinking like me, seriously? She makes lots of super great things, and so Rice Krispie treats was a little surprising. But she makes the best Rice Krispie treats. And there are secrets and tricks that make them even better. I don't know if you were probably not as old as me, but when I was little, and my mom used to make them on the stove, and then we'd eat them, and they'd be sort of like bricks, super hard. These are never. They're super soft and moist and delicious, and after you make these, you will be famous.
Like me. So here's some of the things you're gonna need. The ingredients that I like to use to make them the best. I like name brand Rice Krispie treats, hashtag not an ad. And you can use any brand of, like, I want to say Chex, but these are obviously not name brand. So rice squares, and then marshmallows. Super picky about the marshmallows. They need to be great value. I don't know what the Fry's knockoff brand is, but I found that the Great Value brand is the best. It makes the Rice Krispie treats super chewy, which is what we want. Also butter, and then we can talk about add-ins. I like to add in sprinkles. This is my spark of joy. But you can also do Oreos, like crush up Oreos or anything that you want. So we also want a microwave safe bowl and a pan to put them in. We're gonna use a big cookie sheet. And then you also want a big bowl to mix everything together. Okay, so you may have noticed our bowl's changed. It's a little too small. So now we're gonna add, and I think this one is too, we're gonna add the rest of the marshmallows.
Perfect. It's perfect.
We don't wanna miss any, so we're just gonna get that one. So these bags are 16-ounce bags, so it's 2 of these. And 7 tablespoons of butter. And we're just gonna shove it down there. And we're gonna put it in the microwave. We're gonna try 30 seconds at a time and stir in between because we don't wanna burn the marshmallows at all or get the butter to that it's burning the marshmallows. So we're gonna pop this in the microwave. Okay, so with that tablespoon of butter that was left over from the full stick, we greased our pan. So then you can just toss this. And we're gonna pour in 8 cups of Rice Krispies and 4 cups of the rice Chex squares. And then we're gonna just stir this up so that it's all combined, so you're not getting a clump of squares. All right, and then we're gonna take the marshmallow and we're gonna pour it in. This obviously is not a one-pot dessert, but just makes it easier to pour the mallow on top instead of having it at the bottom and then pour in your Rice Krispies. That's always a bad plan. So we're gonna scrape this bowl out, make some. Oh, that thing didn't work out. Okay, don't work out. Okay, we're gonna stir this up. I'm a really good stirrer. Oh.
Glad we went with the deeper pan.
Yeah. Usually I have my husband do this part because it hurts my hands. And he does work out sometimes, so, you know, there's that. Shout out to Dave Jacobson. He's watching the children. Oh, COVID's over, I'm going back to the gym.
Might be a good idea.
Okay. Now you want it so that there's no clumps of crispy or of marshmallow anywhere. So you can see like it's looking good, but we still got some Krispies that need some marshmallow. This looks way harder than, this is really way harder than it looks. Just kidding, it's not. So like a tip that I could have said in the beginning before I poured these Rice Krispies in was that you can spray your bowl with like Pam or something, and then that kind of helps the Rice Krispies or the marshmallow situation not be so, like, make it come out more. Okay, do you want to be the
Holder?
Yeah, you could be the holder.
Okay, just a minute.
I was trying to think of the easier job. Okay.
You can all, ooh,
Are you okay?
yeah. You can also spray your pan with non-cooked spray too. You don't have to butter it, but of course everything is more delicious with butter. Another great thing about these Rice Krispie treats, if you're some young mother, you can cut them into shapes like for parties or for whatever, and then because they're so soft, you can just mold it all back together and keep cutting until you've used every bit of the Rice Krispies. So these are a really great recipe if you want to make shapes, cutouts. Your kids will love to do it too. And as you can see, they are super sticky, but that's a good thing.
Okay, I need some butter for my hands probably, or like some kind of spray. Okay, so this is when you're gonna add your mix-in. I don't really call, I said mix-in, but I don't really like to call them mix-ins because I like to call them add-ins because you don't want to mix them in to your bowl or else you're gonna have craziness in there. They're gonna melt all together and it's just not as attractive. So I just kind of sprinkle them on before I push everything down. And then, oh, that would be a fun prize. And then you're just gonna kind of push them down. And you don't want them too like perfect in your pan because you want them to be exciting.
I don't know if you noticed, but Kirby did butter her hands. These are super sticky, which makes them super delicious. So you wouldn't be able to just push them down. You'd need to put some butter on your hands first and then spread them around.
Okay, so I don't like mine like super smashed. And with the Chex Mix that's in there, you can't get them super smashed anyways. You can't like, I mean, you want them to fill your pan, but you don't.
They're not going to be flat and perfect. Another thing too, if you didn't want to use a giant cookie sheet, you can also put them in a 13x9 pan and they're just thicker.
Yeah.
But this same recipe will fit into a 13x9 pan.
Yeah. And then, so you obviously want to let them set for a few minutes before you cut them so that they do get a little bit hardened. Not hardened is probably not the right word, but so some of my favorite tricks are you can cut these and put them into, you can wrap them into, what is that called, saran wrap, and so cut them into squares or whatever, wrap them individually into saran wrap, and then you can put them in a Ziploc bag and freeze them. So you can take them on a trip, or you can take them to the beach or to the pool.
Lunch treats?
Lunch treats, they're great for that. And so that's another fun trick. And then obviously you can add in anything you want. I try to stay away from chocolate just so that it's not so melty. And yeah, so these are them. Just to wrap up, this is what they look like finished. Obviously you can eat them right now. You can wrap them up. I like to wrap them in saran wrap, place them in a Ziploc bag, and freeze them. You can freeze them for up to 6 weeks, or you can put them in an airtight container, separate them by wax paper, and keep them in the fridge or freezer for up to 6 weeks. You can wrap them in a cute bag and give them to someone who needs a little cheer up.
great party gift
Party
for kids.
gifts. Yeah.
Party takeaways.
And again, you can put anything you like in them. I like to do sprinkles, Oreos, crushed up, or of course M&Ms. Yeah, they're a fun treat, quick snack, and easy to make if you have people coming over for a quick treat.
I would like to thank Kirby for being my first little guest. She's awesome. I love her. And I'd like to thank all of you for watching. Please remember to like this video, to subscribe, to share it. And next week, we're making a super delicious chocolate dessert that is so easy to make, and it looks so fancy that nobody will believe that you made it. So we'll see you next week. Thanks.